This is Justin's Japanese candy review. Our good friends over at Impact Tech sent us a nice little Christmas care package full of Japanese candies that I've never had. I don't even know if they're candy, but we're gonna go ahead and try some of them and see how I like them. We're just gonna get right into it, I guess. Oh man, I don't know about any of this stuff. Look, there's sardines on this one. Brian, do I have to do this? Brian is making me do this or else he said I'm fired, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive on in. Seems sticky. Do you smell it?
Well, do you love it?
It's really fishy. Oh my God. This one's gonna be like a 2.5 out of 10. We're chasing everything with the old time pineapple. Moving on. We'll try one of these guys. Looks like we got a couple of them. I wish I could say the names of the candy. Oh, this looks fun.
Was it hard? Mushy? Soft?
You want one?
No.
This one's good. This is actually like candy. I would compare this to like a lemon head. We'll give it like a 7 out of 10. This is good.
7
I
out
could
of
eat
10?
these. Yeah, I could eat these.
There you go.
This looks like a ball of wasabi, which I like wasabi.
Spicy?
I don't know. No, it's not spicy.
Not wasabi?
Not wasabi. Fish. This one was not as bad as the first one. I should probably try some other stuff in here. This looks like salmon, but it's not.
A salmon flake.
There's virtually no taste to this at all. Oh, no way! There's actual fish in here, dude.
You gotta eat one.
Juan from Impact Tech, what are you trying to do to me? That is really gross.
They smell pretty fishy.
Look, its eyes are still in there. It tastes like a sardine. It's got aftertaste though. This was bad. This is gross. This is literally like a little cup of ramen.
I think it literally is a cup of ramen.
It's great. I could eat that all day.
Did you tell him why you got a care package of Japanese parts from Impact Tech? He sent this out to all their vendors because Impact Tech has sold over 1,000 crash cages this year in Japan.
Really?
It said that on the note.
I didn't realize that the stunt scene was that big in Japan that they're moving 1,000 cages. I thought it was totally underground there.
It's totally underground, but yeah.
Someone's buying them.
Somebody's buying them. It's underground.
That's all for Justin's Japanese candy review. Again, shout out to Impact Tech for making my stomach hurt. Hi, I'm Justin from Misguided. Welcome back to Hog Talk. So this is a 1992 FXR. It's been in the shop for a little while. You've probably seen it in the background of some videos. We're building it for a family member of ours, so it's just kind of filler work for when we don't have much going on. It's pretty taken apart right now, but we've done a lot to it, even though it doesn't look like it. We got the Arlen S intake, the T-bars, took the front end apart, did the Legends drop-ins, fork seals, sent the wheels and the fork lowers off to powder, Legend suspension in the rear, brand new Drag Specialties rotors, and there's a lot more that we need to do. But today, what we're gonna do is show you how to put a Bassani 2-to-1 on your FXR. Look at all of it. So what we need to do first is put the flanges for the headers onto the new pipe. So we'll get into that, probably put some of this stuff off to the side until we get the main tube on there and go from there.
Oh shoot, we're unboxing another mini bike.
Dude, me too, man. Dude, that's not gonna fucking work, is it? Oh, okay. Look at
What's
that.
that top one?
Duh. So this slides in here really nice. I'll go ahead and throw some hardware back in there. Install the bad pipes and secure the flange nuts loosely. I can do that. There it is. This lever keeps propping the pipes up. That's another thing we gotta do. That caliper's seized and bleed all the rear brakes. I'm guessing once it's bled that it won't do that. So okay. 1 nut, 2 to go and 1 stud. We're on step 3 of the Bassani install. Things are going pretty smooth. We're gonna get this thing put on shortly. Step 3, slide the T-ball clamp onto the muffler with care, and then slide the muffler over the collector. The channel bracket on the backside of the muffler should line up with the tab on the mounting bracket. Leave loose for adjustment later. So these little square guys just slide into the back right here, and you line them up with your holes for your bracket, and then washer and nut on the backside. And then we'll start putting all the covers on the chrome. We'll get these started, but not too tight because we're gonna have to move them around when we put the other ones on. Little stubby guy works perfect in these nooks and crannies. Again, you don't want to go too tight before you get them all together. That's what the directions say. We just finished putting this Bassani 2-to-1 exhaust system on this 1992 FXR. Smooth install. The next time I put one on, I'm definitely gonna leave everything loose until everything is assembled and on the bike. This way there's play. I wound up having to backtrack and loosen some things I had already tightened just to get things to line up. Stay tuned to see what else we do to this FXR. There's a lot of cool things in the works, and this bike will be coming together in the next couple months here. Hopefully it'll be on the road.
Hey, I know you.
You're thick.
Dude, this thing is clean as fuck.
So I had another one that the green was gonna go on. I'm just waiting for parts to come in on that.
What's that doing?
Basically the scooter starter pack.
Oh,
A nice Usuni pipe. I think it's got a Veloci clutch, a Polini bell, stage 6 variator, and then a Veloci belt.
that's the best noise.
Our good friend Justin Perez dropped off this 2004 F4i with a crappy handbrake bracket. He's rocking 2 crappy calipers, a stock rotor. After consulting with him, we decided to get them all laced up with a whole new NDC kit, which we're gonna put on today. So it's a $185 rotor, a $250 bracket, along with some $65 adapters and the hub adapter. All this stuff we get super quick. They make a great product. NDC has always been one of my favorite companies to work with. Pretty straightforward stuff, putting a bracket on. They're all like the same. What you're gonna wanna do is pull your calipers off with your wheel on the bike. This way you're not finagling around trying to get your calipers off with a loose bracket. So we'll pop these calipers off, take the wheel off, get rid of all this crap, undo these brake lines. We got a fresh brake line we're gonna put in, so we'll unhook this and pull it all the way through. And then for this rotor, it looks like it's gonna be quite the process, because looking at these bolts, it's completely sheared off with something in there. But we'll get this thing apart before that and then deal with the rotor situation from what will now be referred to as the rotor incident.
Do I look fat?
Steps back to get me in the frame. Well, they say the camera adds 16 pounds.
Oh, the tummy's still there.
Stop filming it. You should be ashamed of yourself, tummy. You're over here tummy shaming me. That's the movement I'm gonna start this year.
No more tummy shaming.
No more shame. So he'll hang out there. Listen to his chain, huh? Is that what that is? Oh, it's these zip ties. Okay. Moving on. A lot of the guys around here like to use these for riding. I like to use them for working. Out comes this shitty old bracket and our nightmare wheel. Yeah, it's a huge upgrade. This is for a stock rotor, which is super tiny. As you can see, this is like twice the length. Obviously, it's for a big rotor. 260 Galpin. This is trash, by the way. This is what you want. So, it's about a 1/2 inch bigger. We'll get this nice hub adapter on here as well. Obviously, this is a situation because we need this rotor off. So we'll start and see if these two come out. Nice. Well, one of them came out. I love that for me. I was thinking they were all gonna strip out. This one also pretty loose. We'll go ahead and bust the drill out, I'm thinking, probably, because there's nothing I can do with them, right? Hopefully I can like drill them out, they'll like pop out, I can smack a different Allen in there, or a hex bit, and turn them out, because these two were pretty loose, so we'll see what happens. Oh, whatever's in there is really fucking easy, huh? Look how it just digs into it, see? Are you kidding me? My life fucking rocks, dude. My lucky day. He was so worried about it, man. He's like, how long do you think this is gonna take you? I'm like, bro, I have no fucking clue. To be honest with you, it could take me a whole day of fucking messing with it, you know? Wonder what was in there, what he had broken off in there, you know? Cool. So Nightmare Wheel turned out to be more of a pillow dream. Yep, just sits on there just like that. We'll reuse his stock hardware because they're totally fine. Oh, look how nice, huh? Love that. So we'll slide this wheel back in here. Get the main part of the bracket in with the wheel, and then we'll get his calipers on and run a new line and get everything bled. To put the wheel back on the ground, I'm gonna lower the lift down just so it's easier to finagle it in there, and then we'll bring it back up and get the bracket put together the rest of the way. That's better. We'll see if I can first try this, because I actually used to run this bracket on my bike, so I've done this like fucking 100,000 fucking times. Every bracket's a little different and has their own tricks to put into a wheel. But for me, I used to run an NDC, so this is how I used to do it. I would plop my little feet underneath and slide everything in at once, like so. Use your feet to kind of help you move the wheel around to line these holes up. And you can get them close with your finger in here. Just make sure your bike doesn't fall and you lose your finger. Anytime you're putting a wheel on, if you're ever forcing something, you're probably not right. You're probably not lined up. So make sure everything slides together really nice. You can use your hand to smack on it, but like using a big hammer or something, probably a no-go, unless you got a bent axle that you're trying to put back through there. Lower all the way through. Make sure you got a good spin. I hate that noise of these. Make sure everything spins real good. It's not locking up anywhere so far. Your chain's on. We'll throw the washer and the nut back on and make sure all the calipers fit how they should. Monoblock, 4 pistons. This caliper comes off 2006, 2015 R6. You can get them on eBay. That's what we went ahead and did. I don't believe that we're gonna need to run spacers to put this on, but if we do, NDC includes all the spacers you may need. So we'll go ahead and test fit this and see what we're working with. So I know that we had originally thought that we weren't gonna need spacers, but this is why you test fit things. It's pretty obvious that it's not fitting. You can see that there's gap on both sides, whichever way. It's just not gonna sit flat. And then if you were to try to spin it, it's just not gonna happen. That's why they give you all these spacers, just because you may wind up needing them. You can see through here that the rotor isn't making full contact at the top of the pad. It's about this far off, which is about the difference of one of these spacers. So this is the big spacers. We're gonna go ahead and throw the small ones in, and we should be great with full pad contact and, you know, the most braking power that you can get. So when we were going to put the foot brake on, I realized that we received the wrong caliper adapter, which things happen. I reached out to Justin from NDC and he should have me another one here this week. It's the name of the game, but we're gonna go ahead and keep going with the handbrake portion of the bracket. So we'll pull this old line through, disconnect it from up here, run the new line, hook everything up and bleed it. This way, all that I'm really waiting on is that one little piece that I can toss on whenever he gets it over my way. And again, since we drained the line before we started, we're not making a big mess on all his plastics and stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised this thing was even holding pressure, to be honest with you. Look, there's holes in it. So this is trash. We don't want anything to do with this. 80-inch line, we stock these, they're on the website. Buy a new one if your line is caved in or you just want a fresh line. This guy's ready for anything. Notice how we cross behind this fork and come out in the center of the triple and get it to the length that you needed.